Ukraine has always been riddled with people spying for Russia. Without them, the Russians would not be able to conduct the kind of campaign that they have been in this country. But the Ukrainians have been turning the tide. There are now Russians in Russia working for the Ukrainians. And recently I came across one many hundreds of miles from where I'm standing now in Kyiv. His nom de guerre, his call sign is Lazy. In fact, the Ukrainians call him Lazy, but he's been anything but that. While he was operating inside Russia for the Ukrainians, he got up to a series of arson attacks on the railway system.
I think it's easier for me here, because in Russia I constantly felt fear for my life. Here in Ukraine, FSB and GRU networks are not so strong. In Russia it's much more dangerous. Also, there are many people who support the regime. Say the wrong word and they will rat on you. Here in Ukraine I can defend myself with weapons. Yes, it's scary on positions, they want to kill you, but it's clear, either you or them. In Russia, everything can be much more dangerous.
Many Russians have also come here to fight in a much more traditional way. And one of them is Caesar, who's been on the front lines here now for at least 3 years. He's had the most appalling time. I've seen him several times over the last few years, and he's lost a lot of weight. And I think what's really striking about what he describes is not just the motivations that he has as a Russian to be out here killing Russians, but also what it's like to actually be fighting on the front line, to be there under those drone assaults.
It's very high risk. It's very dangerous to move in and move out. It's the most dangerous part of operation. Strike at a day 20, 30 drones. You understand how it's heavy to survive there.
In the shadow of air attacks and drone warfare, these Russian fighters, like so many Ukrainians alongside them, are still convinced that this is a war that Ukraine can actually win, that now is not the time for a ceasefire. Do you think Ukraine can win this war?
Yeah, Ukraine can win this war. Now we can see, for the past few months, we can see a brilliant strategy of deep strikes.
4 беспилотника уже там, один взорвался,
Oh.
еще один.